You look at the cabinetry in that home, every room, I think, had a different color. We had painted cabinetry in the kitchen, a white color in the master, sage in the master bathroom. And then you move into some of those other bathrooms, you got wood cabinetry and furniture style vanities. So yeah, a lot of details and a lot of thought going into this type of home that just takes a little bit longer to do, but certainly well worth it in the end.
Just the design of the home, when I was walking around it, everything flowed so well, not only within the home, but just the property itself. You're down in that lower level, you're shooting pool. Maybe you got some people hanging out by the pool. There's the bathroom right off. You don't even have to go into the basement necessarily. You just walk right in that door. I mean, everything just flowed. Just entertaining is all I could think about when I was walking around that house, just how everything could flow from inside to outside and just feel continuous.
Yeah. And while you're entertaining, you have a view. Every room in that house. I mean, the windows were endless. It went from that guest bedroom all the way to the master bedroom. Down in that lower level, you got windows on both sides, front and back. I mean, it was just spectacular. It really, really was.
You guys got to talk a little bit about the texture. You mentioned it a little bit in the video. On the outside, you have the stone and the different wood. What really impressed you about what you saw there with their thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all the different textures that go on the outside, all the little details. We had the stone kind of anchoring the home, fit really well with the mountains, right? It looked like the home was coming right out of the earth. And then you move into the hand hewing, the double hewn that we call it. It's the 10-inch double hewn, dovetail corners. And then we move into the timber trusses up above, cedar shakes on the exterior. It was just one thing after another that you just couldn't take your eye off it. You just kept looking and just kept expanding all the details.
The details also come into the home as well. Taking a look at the lower level, we had talked about this in the past with other homes where you have the beams on the ceiling where you have different sizes that really create shadow lines for that. And it really looks massive and strong. It's neat that they brought that influence on the inside as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then their use of the stone down there, along with the hand-hewn, siding, just made it feel like the inside was brought, the exterior was brought to the interior, kind of. Then I was blown away when we walked underneath that garage, and then you had the whole movie theater and golf simulator. I know you got to practice your swing a little bit on it.
Definitely need more practice, that's for sure.
Well, that was a great dual use of the space.
Yeah.
So you had the projection that would come down in front of the golf simulator. Now you can watch a movie. When you want to hit the golf balls, the projection screen rolls up, and now you're hitting into the golf simulator. I mean, that was a really cool use of that under garage space.
Agreed. I just brought that same idea to a client last week that was here for selections. They wanted a theater and a golf simulator area. Well, we just combined those spaces because of what I saw in this home. So now the golf simulator and theater are in one area. Now their exercise room just got bigger. So we combined those spaces together and open up more opportunities for them in their lower levels.
The theater was laid out really nice too, because you kind of came in from the back side of it. You had the tiered seating, and then there was a little raised bar area. So it was perfect for, let's say the kids or grandkids are watching a movie, but maybe the adults are out hanging out in the family room, but you want to go check in on the kids. You just kind of walk in, you can stand up back by that bar area, check out the movie, make sure the kids are behaved, and then you just sneak right back out that back door and don't disturb the movie or anything. The layout was perfect.
It really was. Yeah, it's set up really nice for sure.
And that's just further evidence. We had discussed this in many other videos before where you have these specialty rooms in the home. I mean, they're real. I mean, we just don't talk about them. They're real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some of them we have to keep a little bit private because of the personal touches that they put on them. There was something, it felt like in every room that the homeowner said, this was from this, like in the golf simulator movie theater, that huge mural that he had, that was Charlevoix from France. I mean, he had snowboarded and skied that. Some of the paintings and some of the artwork and some of the furniture were pieces that were special to them. And they were able to bring that into this home and just put those final details into that home that's made it extra special.
So talking about personal touches and use of different materials, I learned that the homeowner had a background in fabricating, and seeing the touch of metal in that bar area with the background of the display, and then also the steel used on above the bar roof area, I thought it was a really good touch.
Yeah. I think those colors all just played, right? The tongue and groove on the wall, the metal shelving, and then even that patina that was on the corrugated steel. Again, back to Jeff's point, when you come here and you pick all those little colors out, they just all tied together and it felt cohesive, like they were all meant to be.
So speaking of the bar area, while we were there, the homeowner was talking about just how usable that plan was, that design was. I think, his comment was, whoever designed this home was genius. He talked about how it was a big home, but it didn't feel big. It held a lot of people. They just had a family reunion there. We had 100 people there, and everybody was still connected, had enough space for everybody, but it didn't feel overwhelming. And he felt he could hold another 100 people in that home and entertain.
Yeah, it's just the openness of that plan. I think that's why so many people love it. I mean, I've got a customer that's going to be building one in Kentucky here. They're just getting ready to start. I mean, I think we got one in Steamboat Springs. This is one of our most popular models, and I think that's why we're just building them all over the place, because of the open use of the floor plan.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was in the original Timberlake, but now I'm getting in a few more. Just this design is awesome. It just captures views. It invites that outdoors in, and it really does work well for just about any setting.
Yeah, I had a conversation with a fellow yesterday that he's got a piece of property that's down in, I think it's southern Kentucky. Exactly, I'm not sure what the lake is, but he's really looking at the Timberlake as well. He was a little bit concerned about the square footage at first, but after having further conversation, discussing the open concept of this home, how it actually feels so much bigger than what you actually have. And he's really sold on that idea of having a kitchen that's close to a living area that everybody can sit down and visit. In this particular home, again, we have the 2 islands that we've discussed earlier. People can gather around there while meals are being prepared. So it's really neat. It's a great use of the space that's available there. And it does feel so much bigger than what you normally have.
Yeah, I kind of like that L-shaped design between the great room, the dining, and the kitchen, where everything still kind of has its own space. You're still all connected. If you had a large gathering there, everybody's still in the conversation. Everybody's still in one area, but it still kind of has their own designated spaces. It really does work well.
Right.